Hey guys, welcome back. Yes, I know I look like a supervillain. I figured I'm not going anywhere. May as well shave my head. I've always wanted to try it. And, you know, it doesn't look too bad, but I guess I kind of look maybe a bit scary. But today, I have been riding my Enduro a lot. I've been able to ride my local mountain a lot. And I've been sitting, looking at my downhill bike a lot. And I was thinking, well, usually a month from now, the bike park would open and I would start getting this bike ready. And I'm going to be optimistic and hope that the bike park might eventually open this summer. So why not just get it ready now and let's go through what I need to do. Alright, so the first thing, the biggest thing is I have these Asseguys that I'm going to put on. I have the Onza tires that was loud. I have the Onza tires that came stock with the 2S CF Pro, the 2018 model that I have here. And they're okay. I think they're just a little too thin. These are 27.5 by 2.5 in DH casing with the max grip or whatever it is. I used to have these on my Capra, but I sold the Capra and now I have them. They're still good to go. I'm gonna toss them on the 2S. I'm also still trying to get the pressures and tokens and rebound and everything all sorted out on this bike. I don't think I ever got it feeling exactly the way that I would like, but I'm gonna go try and fiddle around with that now. So I'm going to run, I think I have like 80 PSI in the fork with a mystery amount of tokens. I haven't checked yet. And I'm running 225 PSI in the Float X2 back here. And pretty slow rebound. Usually I run really fast rebound. I like kind of like a poppy bike. But this time I'm going with the slow rebound. It feels harsher when you're riding, but your bike feels way more stable. So yeah, I think that trade-off will be okay. Another thing I really need to look into for this bike is, well, let's tell you a little story. I loaned both my bikes last year to two friends, my Capra and my 2S. We were all in Whistler. They wanted to go ride them around or whatever. I was like, yeah, just, take my bikes, ride around the village or whatever. What's gonna happen? And so they were riding around, it was dark, they went by the skate park, then someone jumped out of the skate park and landed on both of them and scratched both my bikes. This bike was pretty new at the time, and it does have some frame damage down here, which I'll show you in zoomed up version. And it's kind of, it's hard to tell if it's the paint or if it's into the carbon. So YT does have crash replacement for me. It's 700 Canadian to get both of these stays replaced. And I'm debating doing it. I think I'm gonna do it because if I ever want to sell this bike, I'm assuming, would you ever buy a bike with this sort of, I know it's not a ton of damage, but it's kind of an annoying amount of damage, especially for a carbon frame. So maybe in the comments, should I replace this? 700 Canadian to replace sort of this whole back end. Should I do it? Is it worth it? Let me know. All right, and the last thing that I should check out, but I think I'm just gonna get Kinetic Cycles to do it because I'm feeling pretty lazy, even though I don't have anywhere to go. I still have work to do, technically, but nowhere to actually go. Is I need to check out my frame bearings. I rode them all last year in Whistler. Haven't checked them once, and I'll probably bring the bike in and get them to service the fork, the shock, and see if I need new frame bearings. I don't think I do, but we should probably check on that. Alright, so let's get these Asseguys on. Cush Core is going to make that a bit difficult because it's been sitting in there with sealant all winter for the last however many months it's been, and well, I'm not really looking forward to this. But then we'll go for a little test ride. Alright, that took way longer than I expected. But I've got the Asseguys on. I ended up having to get new rim tape, which is part of the reason why it took so long, but they're on there. The downhill bike is good enough for now. Actually, one thing that's interesting is I haven't ridden my downhill bike in a really long time, and not since I've had my Enduro, which is this big 29er, basically downhill bike, and I've been wondering if I even need a downhill bike anymore. So I'm just gonna go, let's go try it out. We'll go to my little local mountain here. It's not, it's not a DH park. But, are these small wheel downhill bike? Do I need it anymore? Or should I just ride the Enduro? Well, let's go try it out. Alright, so we got the downhill bike, we got the Asseguys on, and I'd say pretty much instantly, man, the Asseguys feel way better than those Onza tires that I had. I think this is going to be good, but since, all this craziness is going on, usually I would take the bus and shuttle up the hill. I'm gonna have to hike a bike. Another question I have for you guys is, do you think the Whistler Bike Park is gonna open? At first, I didn't think so, but I'm feeling like maybe it might now. It might open, maybe not on time, maybe not in a month from now, but maybe at some point this summer, which is kind of why I wanted to get my downhill bike ready. So let me know in the comments and we'll see. Do you guys think that the bike park's gonna open? I think so. Let me know. All right, more or less at the top. There's one more trail ahead of this, but it's getting dark, so we'll just go down this mid-trail. Nicole's. Whew. There she is, downhill bike. All right, let's give her a ride and see if I still like 27.5-inch wheels and 200 mil of travel. All right, here we go. Woo! So far, so I'm definitely noticing that the downhill bike is stiffer, but also more plush. It's kind of a hard thing to describe. It's like the frame and the fork feel really stiff, but the suspension is definitely more plush than I would find on my enduro bike, which is surprising. I kind of thought the 170 enduro would be basically feel at least most of the way to a downhill bike. Well, I guess it does, but another thing I wanted to see was how I feel about 27.5-inch wheels. And I know this is going to sound controversial, but I'm still not sold on 29-inch wheels. I really like my enduro. I think it feels great, but I'm not sure that the benefits I get from 29-inch wheels outweigh sort of the negatives, which is it's big, it's hard to maneuver, it's harder to do. Basically just move the bike around. Anytime you got to move the bike around, it's harder having those big wheels. And I mean, the benefit is it's just a plow truck. So I don't know, my next bike right now if I had to choose, I think I would go 27.5, because I'm not sold just yet. And I feel like at least I have a good 29er to try things out on. I mean, it's the 29er everyone says they love, and I love it too, but I wonder if it had 27.5-inch wheels, if it would just be the perfect bike that I want. Because so for this bike, I definitely noticed the wheels feel smaller, but I'm not sure if that's that bad or bad at all. Might actually be better. Actually, I don't know. Do you guys ride 29-inch wheels mostly? I feel like a lot of people do, but 27.5 is still the most popular size, I think. So I have to say too, the Assegai feel much better than those Onza tires. I'd say definitely slower, but way grippier, which is a-okay on the downhill bike. Actually preferred, because most of the time you aren't pushing and pedaling around. Hopefully I'll be taking a chairlift up to the top of the trail at least sometime this summer. Yeah, I don't think I even need to go to a bike park to tell you this. I think I can just tell you this from riding this trail right now. I'm gonna keep my downhill bike. It just wants to go downhill. Feels really fun, a little more, just more confidence inspiring. I still think it feels like it's gonna jump better. You know, it's big, it's stiff, slack. Definitely, I think the Enduro gets most of the way there, but I got a downhill bike, just gonna keep it. All right. Whew. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you in the next one.